Buddy says it's hot. Poor old boy. Listen to him. Yeah. It's Thursday. It's not even. Oh, picking something up off the floor. It's not even 80, or it's right around 80, but it is so humid. Oh. It's September 3rd. We picked up 3/10 of an inch of rain yesterday afternoon, 4 or 5 o'clock, something like that. Those of you who follow me on Instagram seen it because I posted it. So between that and the 1 inch that we got last Thursday, basically in less than a week, we got more rain than we did the whole month of June. And Buddy says he's ready for some cooler weather. Yeah, he's thinking this sucks. I agree with him. And the problem is next week they're calling for 85, 88. I mean, it's freaking September, but apparently the Northeast is going to be above normal temperatures for the whole month of September. But anyways, I had a guy out today looking at those beans that you saw in the last video, and there's definitely some kind of disease going on in that field. Not sure what. So he picked 2 or 3 plants. Can't remember what it was. I don't know whether he would have been comfortable on film or not, so I didn't film any of it. But he was taking them back to have them looked at to try and figure out what the issue is. Pretty sure it wasn't sudden death syndrome, so we're not sure what it is. But as those of you that are farmers know, it seems today we have more damn diseases for corn and beans than, we know what to do with or we know the names of. So I'm going to wait and see what he has to say on what those issues were with those. Doesn't seem to be affecting the pods. Pods were nice and plump, still green. So doesn't seem to be hurting the beans. But it definitely was hurting the plant. I don't know if anybody just saw the truck I waved to, but for those of you that I hope are following them, that's barn talking right there. Barn talking. Go check that YouTube channel out. Yeah, he's my neighbor up around the corner. So 20+ year veteran of the military, owns his own business, renovating homes and stuff. So alright, we'll see what else we do in this video. Probably start getting trucks out and going through them and whatnot. All the parts for the combine supposedly are in, so next week maybe we'll be starting to get that ready. Good morning. Friday morning, September 4th. And look, he's not breathing heavy because it is in the 70s and nice breeze, as you can see by the flag. We had a cold front come through. It's only going to be in the mid 70s today and tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. Next week we're back into the mid to upper 80s, unfortunately, but no chances of rain until next Thursday, so almost a week, because there's supposed to be another cold front coming through. But anyways, wanted to show you all something on my phone, so I will put it on the hood of my truck here. See how it comes in. Okay, I have a growing degree day app on my phone. As you can see, we are at 2,413 growing degree days already. I hope it focuses decent enough. But look at July, 793, last year 682, 10-year average 703. Look at June, 567, 480 last year, 512, 10-year average. Look at August, 692, 606 last year, 641. I mean, we are way above normal for the 4th of September for growing degree days. Now, most of the corn we put in is 2,200 to 2,400 for black layer, which is, for those of you non-farmers, when you take a kernel of corn off the cob and just take your fingernail and scrape the end of the kernel that, you know, was stuck into the cob. When it hits black layer, that end will get a little black color to the end of it. That's when it reaches what they call full maturity. It's usually around 30% moisture, but that's when it starts dropping in moisture after that. And a day like today would be a great day for corn to be dropping in moisture. So September 4th, it's crazy. We got a lot of beans that are turning, and well, the corn across the road that I showed you in the corn tour, that's kind of toast anyhow, along with some of the other corn on the home farm. But we've never, that I can remember, been this far along basically by the 1st of September, so by Labor Day. So we definitely will be harvesting something. Well, we could be harvesting beans and corn in September, but obviously we're not going to be doing both at the same time, so we will see which one we do first. But it's looking to me like probably another 3 weeks. By the last week, 10 days of September, something around here we'll be harvesting. Oh, and look at the excitement on his face because of it. Although he will be excited because then he'll be eating corn out of the hopper. I just hooked the 8235 up to the chisel plow because I got to get that moved. This is why we're putting 2 new. Number 1, oh, my shadow. Look at the hydraulic oil leak. Number 1 and number 2 outlet. We've changed the O-rings, but they still leak. So obviously we need to change the whole guts in that tractor, because changing the O-rings are just gonna short-lived solve the problem, and then it's gonna be right back to leaking again. Because when it leaks without anything hooked into it, yeah, you got issues. I just put the stoppers, cylinder stoppers in. I gotta move this somewheres because I need to mow all this, and plus the wet bin auger will go right there, about where that, well, the hopper will be out a little farther, but it'll go in right here to go to the wet bin. So, and plus I traded this chisel plow in. I think the new one's supposed to be in October or something, so I got to get this out of the way anyhow because it's right in the way for harvest things. Plus I always look out of that window there when I'm doing samples and stuff to over there, the other side of the 6420 where the trucks are dumping. So, because that's my little computer room. Seems we're next to it, I'll open the door, but I'll show you more of this when we get the computer out. My buckets are in here for my wet samples, dry samples, and then just dump them all in there. This is one of them old style test weight cups, but I'll tell you what, it's pretty accurate. So paperwork and stuff, but my computer goes there in the corner, and like I said, I can look out the window and see the trucks dumping. Of course I gotta wash the windows before fall, but when we take the computer out and the moisture sampler and everything, which goes here, and we put all that in the shop during the winter. We do have a heater up here in the corner, unplugged right now obviously, but automatic temperature control, so I set that where I want it. If it gets cold, it kicks on. Keeps your computer from getting cold and screwing up. So alright, I gotta go figure out where I want to put this thing, get it out of the way. And no, I'm not washing it. They can wash it. I have extra parts that are going to be going back with it anyhow, because the whole shank system here is different on the new one. So all the extra parts that I've got for stuff like that really don't do me any good now since it's different. So they can have the extra parts back and they can wash it. Alright, that looked like a good enough spot for now, because even if we have to, when we get that auger put back under the unloads, even if we have to get a tractor trailer in here to load beans out, this should be out of the way plenty enough, because that auger will swing back around to go underneath that. Where am I pointing? That hopper there. So, and the fact is, I don't know exactly when they'll be getting this. So, and when they'll be bringing the other one. But yeah, so that auger there gets swung underneath that outlet at the bin. Like I said, I gotta get my cousin, probably David, over here one day to help me and Barb get augers set up and get the one set up to the wet bin, because you need somebody up there and it's too hard, you know, two people got to be pushing on it down here by hand to get it in where it needs to be. So, oh, where do I want to park this now so I can mow all this? Guess I'll just park it back where it was. So we are slowly starting to get things ready. Gonna get my forks out of there sometime too. They're right in front of the propane tanks. And then there's the supervisor. Just, where's the zoom button? There it is. There's the supervisor just hanging out like he always does. Hell to get old, huh, buddy? So we'll back this in here for now. The forks, I generally just store them in the shop there during the winter. But I don't want to put things away too early and then find out I need them for something. So we'll park this here and we'll call it good for now. But the anhydrous tank is filled. I think I told you that in a previous video. Don't normally fill it this early, but he called, said they had anhydrous left over in the country and places were trying to get rid of it. And the price that we got was, I don't know, I'm still in zoom, I'm sure, so you're getting a close-up of me. The price we got was $375 a ton, which is cheaper than we've paid for anhydrous in years. I think, without going back and looking in the book, I think this year we paid in the neighborhood of $450. I think it was around $75 cheaper, because these places wanted to get rid of it. So, but alright, we got that project done. We'll see what else we decide to do today. The wife and kid are gone, so I'm on my own, so it's just doing projects that I can do by myself. Alright, I didn't want to leave you all hanging, so I was explaining the whole black layer thing. So for those non-farmers, I went across the road, picked an ear of my shitty corn, broke it in half. It's not very good. It's very, I should have put this on the tripod. It would have been easier, but this is very, very loose. I mean, you can hear it, but it's very loose on the cob, and it shouldn't be. Even when it dries down, it shouldn't be. But that's because, and the cob itself is getting dry. But that's because this was too far along and too far gone. It's also got a little mold started right there for the recent rains to help it. It's just not gonna come around. But here's what I was talking about. See the little black at the end of the kernels? That's black layer. So if I pull a kernel off and I peel that little end off, see as I peel it off, see the black? That's when it gets to be black layer. Now this corn here, you can bite it and get an idea. Whew, yeah, that bit pretty dry already. That's below 30%. So hopefully the recent, and Buddy's just, look at him, he's just standing here like, come on, Dad. You know I love to eat corn. Give me that corn. And away he goes. He'll go eat that, and then he'll come back and want the other half. But so that's what black layer is for you non-farmers. That means the corn is at full maturity. There's nothing any rain is going to do for that. Actually, you don't want rain at this point because you want it to just keep drying down. Unfortunately, that got dry too fast because of the drought conditions. That's why it's all loose feeling when you grab the ear and wiggle it with your hand. So the test weight on that corn will suck. So probably that 9,500 acres around here I was telling you about is not going to have that great a test weight. The corn where the dumbass 14-year-old kid ran through with a lawnmower 2 videos ago, that was later. You obviously saw that was a lot greener. I think the rain will help push the test weight higher on that. The corn 6 miles that way, same thing. The 50 acres, 75 acres over on the other road, it might help that a little. That wasn't quite as far along as this, but so we're gonna have some corn with crappy test weight again, like last year. We're gonna have some corn with good test weight, like last year. But so I just wanted to show anybody who's not a farmer, that's what I meant when I said black layer. The very tip of the corn, if you peel it back with your fingernail, will be black on the end of it. So that field right there is now definitely at full maturity. I think it's been at full maturity probably for at least a week since I did the corn tour. And today's September 4th. So that corn made full maturity before September, for God's sakes. So with weather like we're having, with the dry and the heat that's coming, probably in 2 weeks that corn would definitely be down to 20, 21, 22%. It's just gonna be what's ready first, corn or beans. Like I told you before, we like to do the beans first because you never know what the weather's gonna do. It could rain an inch today and 2 hours after it dries up tomorrow, you could do corn. Beans, they get rained on, they'll swell up some in the pod. It'll take another day or two for them to dry down, so then you hope you don't get more rain. So anyways, I'll end this video because you get them 25-minute videos, and I know if your attention span's like mine, those are too long. So I'll end this one now. You got what you got. Showed you what black layer is. So moved a little equipment around, and I'll do another video when we start getting more equipment out and ready and whatnot. So everything at the end of the video you see, do for me. Give us some more thumbs up. We need more thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Keep us going. So ring the bell like Scruffy says, and you'll know when I do these. And check me out on Instagram, Andy the Grumpy Farmer. See ya.